Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Blessings to everyone. When we rely on our mind and at the same time we try to be believing in in a higher in a higher existence that we can call God or the Great Spirit or whatever, we will have very soon a conflict in us. And actually this is the source of our conflict. Because the divine and the mind cannot coexist. So, as we do not have an experience, most of people that are bringing us in the absolute certainty that the divine exists, we stick with our mind because this is our refuge. It has served us, not really served us, but it has served us at that far as we are. And the moment you start to walk a path that includes faith, yeah, you come to all these existential questions that you say, if the divine exists, why then there is this great injustices on earth? Why there is this great imbalances? Why there is a baby, innocent baby killed, or worse than that, and so on and so on. No, and the mind will say, it will give you a negative answer. Yeah. If you're just believing blindly, you will create an inner turmoil that needs to oppress those logical doubts, those arguments that cannot be answered with the mind because the mind cannot be positive. It is a negative entity, and therefore we look first of all always to the negative, right? We have this, it is when someone is purely negative, yeah, it means he's 100% identified with the mind. So when we look in future, it's negative. When we look in the past, it's negative. And when we look in our present, it is negative as well. So now then comes faith. And faith, as we said, doesn't cooperate with the mind well, no. And if there doesn't come a certain experience inside of you that shows you there is a higher existence, then you cannot coexist with your mind and with this experience, right? You have to have an experience that is somehow so strong that it overtakes the mind and puts it in the world of paradoxes, no? And in that state, you have to become comfortable because the mind, you have to use it, here and then. And you will not be able to explain certain matters, no? This is one of the reasons why physics or science in common nowadays have no place for any kind of esoteric beliefs or any kind of esoteric explanations. No, they are in this way freed themselves and said we do not talk about it. We will not go in this matter because they cannot coexist, right? And for this reason, we are living in a world that on one side we have the religious world and the other side we have the scientific world, and they cannot coexist easily. When Nietzsche was saying the divine is dead, God is dead, no, he made this jump into freedom because he said, if God exists and he's all powerful and he's all knowing and he's all this and all that, then we are just a puppet. There is no real responsibility for us. There is no real point, no, in us to move further. There is no possibility for us to develop through our own consciousness and so on and so on. No? And logically, this is the right conclusion. But when you have this experience from the divine, you will understand that you are living in a certain kind of dream state. And in this dream state, there is this freedom of dreaming, no? While in reality, there is not such a freedom, right? So the mistake that Nietzsche did was not to understand that he is in a dream state. He said, what I think, what I perceive from this world, it is all reality. It is this reality. And this is for most people this way. Now, when a person goes in the night and has very vivid dreams or is a dreamer, those people understand the dream can replace in the night our reality completely, and we can have incredible sufferings in the dream. We can receive incredible blessings in dreams. And especially when a dream is very, very blessed, you wake up and you find a nourishment from this dream. Even so, it is not cooperating with this world, right? Now, reality is made like this, that there are links always in us to those paradoxons and to those other levels that encompass everything and give finally a possibility to coexist in peace with the mind and with the existence of the divine. So, in the absolute spoken, before it becomes too complicated, there is no free will and there is utter predetermination. And there is the utter rule of only one will. Yeah. Not an atom moves without the consent or the will of the divine. In the dream world, howsoever, we have this illusionary state of freedom. We can declare freedom and we can even say other things to each other. We have, even in this dream state, the possibility to kill ourselves. Of course, we do not kill ourselves as a being. We will kill ourselves as a physical entity. And for those who do that, which you never should do, or try even, the surprise on the other side will be drastic, no? And you will understand it was a big mistake, no? So we cannot dissolve this paradoxon by simply talking. We can only show it and transmit it by our beingness, by the way we live. So the first thing, when you are caught in the mind, that is always a negative entity, you have to find a practice that brings you some positivity in your life. No matter how small it is absolutely necessary that you do that, especially in this time where everything looks turmoiled and difficult, you see. Then it is very important that you find this beauty that is always there. And especially now we have the summertime, maybe in some other places wintertime, but it doesn't matter. There is always this beauty of creation. There is this beauty of the sky. There is this beauty of flowers and flowing waters, whatever is there around you. Try to connect every single day with that beauty and find a nourishment for you beyond the negative mind. Read something that inspires you. Sing. That is why we are so much on the singing. Singing will be always giving you a positivity. Music represents a positive thing, although it is in itself logically completely meaningless, right? It is just an expression to were, no? But when you have a sense of music or a sense of art, it will bring you beauty, it will bring you hope, it will bring you comfort. So engage yourself in those practicings, dancing, cooking, all the things that nourish yourself, because if you just go on with your mind, gathering informations, living this complete crazy lifestyle of trying to know everything and from everyone, you will become mad, because freedom is not something that you can be just freedom from something. Real freedom is also for something. And if you don't know the freedom for, you have a good chance to live this life in depression, anxiety, or total madness. So find the positive wherever you can catch it, especially in these times. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.